Now, to talk us through the current situation with North Korea, we have with us Dr. Myong-hyun from the Asan Institute for Policy Studies. Thank you for making the time to come in today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, U.S. Secretary of State, as we've heard, has said North Korea's denuclearization now may take some time. That's in stark contrast to what he said originally, straight after the summit in Singapore, where he said he hoped for denuclearization of North Korea by the end of Trump's first term in the year 2020. Does this show that the US have now conceded that dealing with North Korea is difficult? And perhaps it shows a little bit of naivety that they went into these discussions with Kim Jong-un thinking that it would happen quickly.
Well, on the positive side, the U.S. side is actually showing some flexibility in regards to negotiating with North Korea. It's a tough job to pull off a negotiation with North Korea, as we all know. But then I think it's also an acknowledgement of the reality on the ground. The peacetime denuclearization, complete denuclearization of a nuclear state has never taken place before in human history. So there's no precedent for like this. So it's obvious that it's actually natural that the two sides will have to figure out what will be the steps to be taken together to achieve that goal. And then the initial objective of having complete denuclearization by 2020 was too ambitious, overly ambitious in many ways. And I think U.S. side is naturally adjusting their expectations.
I mean, Trump has also reiterated in a tweet, he said there's no rush and there's no timeline set for denuclearization. But do you think also it shows perhaps that for the US, denuclearization is not an urgent priority right now?
Well, denuclearization is definitely an urgent priority. I mean, that's what the President Trump promised to the people of the United States and also the international community, which is the complete denuclearization of the of North Korea. So, but then, regardless of what President Trump says or the North Koreans say, there are actually an implicit timetable outside the denuclearization roadmap. This implicit timetable is actually the electoral cycle in the United States. There's a midterm election coming up, so there's incentive on the American side to manage the situation and manage the expectations as well. There's also another timetable for the North Koreans. That's the economic timetable. We know that North Korea is under heavy economic sanctions, and even though we don't really know what's going on inside North Korea, it's clear that the sanctions are having a huge impact on their economy, and that's going to act as a pressure on North Korea to deliver what they promised in Singapore. And I think that's the reason why the United States government is not backing off when it comes to relaxing the sanctions.
I mean, this was a question I asked another expert the other day. Do you think actually Trump really cares about denuclearization of North Korea? I mean, he's got a win as such. He's met with Kim Jong-un, with something which no other president has been able to do. And you know, he's still keeping sanctions on North Korea, and he can just blame North Korea for playing hardball. Does he need North Korea to take actions towards denuclearization, really for his own political benefits?
Well, sure, President Trump could be quite expedient about what he's trying to achieve in North Korea. Perhaps, as you have stated out quite well, that maybe President Trump doesn't really want to see the complete denuclearization of North Korea because it's too costly and it's too tough. But I think there are two drivers here. Well, obviously one driver is President Trump, but the other driver is actually Kim Jong-un. And as I mentioned before, he's under another set of pressure, and that's the economic pressure, and that's it's not being decreased at all. So that's going to act as a timetable for Kim Jong-un. So even if President Trump is happy with the status quo, I don't think the North Koreans are happy. So I think that's going to lead to another set of actions on the part of North Korea.
I mean, you've talked a little bit about how strong the sanctions are biting on North Korea. So, I mean, can you explain more about what evidence we're seeing about how difficult it is for North Korea right now?
Well, it's a simple matter of algebra, I would say. We know that the sanctions are affecting 95% of North Korean export revenue. And that means that North Korea doesn't really have, I mean, even if they had a financial buffer, that buffer is running low right now because they still have to pay their imports with foreign currency. And it's been almost a year since the most strict, stringent economic sanctions measure came into place. So that's the reason why we suspect that North Korean economy is heading into trouble right now. But also we have to understand the economic sanction is like a medicine that takes some time to take effect. It's like you can call it a medicine with slow release. So we know that it's going to have a strong impact, but then it's going to take time.
I mean, there is certain arguments saying that North Korea right now, there is some evidence to say that they are suffering. There's also some evidence saying that they're doing okay, that they are surviving. They don't necessarily need to be that urgent about denuclearization. But at the same time, North Korea aren't showing steps towards denuclearization. I mean, so do you see a scenario where North Korea would denuclearize first and then have sanctions lifted?
Well, that's exactly what the international community wants North Korea to do, but then I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I think the accumulation of what we have seen so far from North Korea, the evidence points towards the worst possible scenario, which is North Korea doesn't want to denuclearize. Clearly, North Korea has been moving the goalpost, so to speak, when it comes to denuclearization by coming up with a redefinition of it. And every time they redefine denuclearization, they move further away from the complete denuclearization or CVID that the United States and the international community wanted in the first place. So I think North Korea will never give up its nuclear weapons. But what's possible is that they might intend to limit their nuclear capability for the relaxation of sanctions. That could be a potential trade-off that North Koreans are willing to make.
So you've talked about some actions there. I mean, what could North Korea conceivably take to show the US that they are taking steps towards denuclearization? What do they need to show?
Well, it's really about what the North Koreans think that Trump wants from them. Maybe North Koreans expect that Trump will be happy with significant gestures towards denuclearization without really engaging into the meaty part of the denuclearization, which is verification and inspection. So I think North Korea could deliver what they promised to Singapore, such as closing down the missile test facility, and also they could either, for example, destroy some missiles by inviting, let the international media to be there, present at the site. But then when it comes to the most important matter of verification and inspection, I don't think the North Koreans are willing to concede on that point.
Does the US have to change their plan of action if they want to get something out of this as well? I mean, do they have to change the plan for the long term than the previous one of reaching denuclearization by the end of Trump's first term?
Well, clearly they are changing their plans. I mean, they are changing their plans very quickly, and then I think they're going to change their plans again after the November election, and also in response to North Korean behavior. Because right now, it's a very passive-aggressive kind of relations that the two sides are engaged in. Even though on the surface they are expressed, they are more or less satisfied with what's going on. They call, Kim Jong-un calls Trump, each other actually, friends and all that. But then in truth, neither side is too satisfied with the status quo because there's no development on the denuclearization front and there's no relaxation of sanctions. So I think these two drivers are going to come into conflict pretty soon. And then when that happens, I think the United States will have to take a more stronger approach and then they have to be very explicit about what they want in terms of denuclearization, unlike what's going on right now.
President Trump, we talk about his end of his first term, but actually talking about the first term or second term actually is perhaps an issue that North Korea has. They want guarantee outside of North Korea's, outside of President Trump's presidency. They've actually stated what they want. They stated they want peace to end the Korean War officially between the US and North Korea. Do you think the US would ever give that in this current state right now?
Well, that's the thing. Would North Korea want that too? We know that North Koreans invested a huge amount of efforts and resources to build a nuclear capability because they believe that nuclear capability is the ultimate guarantee of the regime survival. The thing is that outside of North Korea, even, actually in South Korea and then Washington, many people believe that North Koreans will never give up nuclear weapons because no amount of peace agreements or paperwork and agreements are going to convince North Koreans that they'll be able to survive without nuclear weapons. So I think what North Koreans are going to ask from the United States is to allow North Korea to keep minimum deterrence at least to make sure that they feel comfortable and then they feel secure. And in exchange, they are willing to engage in responsible behavior and not to use it against anybody or proliferate.
at this impasse that they have, the US and North Korea, perhaps both sides aren't losing too much right now yet. But I guess the biggest loser, perhaps right now, can be considered President Moon of South Korea. He wants a lot of interaction and cooperation with North Korea, and he wants to see that relationship normalized. But in this situation, he can't really go ahead as such. Do you think he will now try to get involved in some way, perhaps broker more movement between North Korea and the US?
That's possible. President Moon has stated publicly that inter-Korean dialogue and the denuclearization talks are two separate things. And for instance, he stated that denuclearization is actually a matter between the North Korea and the United States. But I think in reality understands that there cannot be development on the inter-Korean dialogue front without developments in the denuclearization front. So I think President Moon probably, actually it's possible that he's going to have another summit with Kim Jong-un to push ahead with the denuclearization negotiation with the United States. That kind of intervention is quite realistic, and it's likely to happen later this year.
For South Korea, as I said, there's been a lot of interaction and talks and progress made with North Korea so far. But worst case scenario, US and North Korea, the talks break down and negotiation for denuclearization breaks down. Can the inter-Korean relationship and projects that they started so far survive?
Well, that's the thing. We can continue with inter-Korean dialogue in terms of people-to-people exchanges or engaging in sports activities together, all these symbolic gestures. But on the other hand, when it comes to substance of inter-Korean dialogue, that's going to be difficult because the substantial part of inter-Korean dialogue involves economic assistance to North Korea. And that economic assistance to North Korea is right now banned by the UN sanctions regime and the unilateral sanctions by the United States. So without the progress of the denuclearization front, there cannot be further development on the inter-Korean dialogue.
One interesting development before we go, there's been reports that say North Korea have recalled their overseas mission chiefs to Pyongyang for some sort of meeting. We don't have the details of what that agenda or that meeting is, but there are various rumors saying that they're planning some US, South Korea, China, trilateral, quadrilateral, I guess, meeting. What do you make of this development?
Well, this is actually, I take that as, cautiously take that as a positive sign. It's showing that North Korea is putting more weight on the diplomatic front rather than the military front. I believe the North Korean regime is not right now too happy with what's going on. But the next step is clearly from the behavior that they're showing right now, the next step is going to be a diplomatic offensive, trying to put pressure through the international public opinion on the United States so that the United States delivers what North Korea wants, which is security guarantees and then unrealistic adjustment of the expectation about North Korea as a nuclear state, meaning allowing North Korea to keep some nuclear capability in order to go forward with peace agreement and ultimately achieve the stability in the Korean Peninsula. So I think that's the reason why North Korea is preparing their diplomats for the second stage of their diplomatic offensive.
Have you seen anything like this before? I have heard reports that happened some 3 years ago. Why would they do this? Why would they do this before? And what can we read more from this as well?
Well, we don't. I think this only makes sense if these ambassadors, North Korean ambassadors, who've been recalled to Pyongyang for consultation, are going to be given a unified message about what to say after they go back to their post. And then when they go back, they're going to basically have a very unified message to the international audience saying that the North Korea wants peace and also a realistic treatment by the United States. And that's going to be the message by these ambassadors. And I think this is a very clever move on the part of North Korea that it signals to the international community that they are willing to be responsible and also they are going to strive for a peaceful settlement of what's going on right now between the United States and their country.
All right, we'll end it there. Thank you for coming in today as usual, and it's always great to have you here with us.
Thank you so much. All right.